Hey, what's up everybody? So we did our second day of SHOT Show and we were hoping it wasn't going to be quite as crazy as the first one. That was not the case.
We were wrong.
Let's roll the footage.
So we definitely bit off more than we could chew with this whole doing a video for you guys each day. Today was crazy. We're up late. Love putting these things out for you guys. Just know that there's some places we stopped by that won't be shown today. Those will be shown on our video Sunday. We're kind of recapping it all.
Yeah, there's just so much different stuff that it's hard for us to show you everything and put it all together for you so quickly. So we'll put together one last one that you may see all those vendors that maybe you wanted to see that we're going to go to and we have footage for that may not be on these daily videos, but we'll catch it at the end.
Yeah, but today we started off going to Palmetto State Armory, so let's show you that.
I'm Josiah with Palmetto State Armory. I want to show you a few of our new pistols coming out this year. You're probably already familiar with our compact Dagger. Famous for its price point at $299 up to $399, all depending on if you want an Armory cut, threaded barrel, different sights, etc. We're coming out this year with a full-size Dagger. This one, the compact Dagger, takes a 15-round Magpul PMag. This one is full-size, takes the 17-round Magpul PMag. And this one will same offerings as the compact. This one will be offered with Armory cut, threaded barrel, standard, and one of my favorites, not my ultimate favorite, we'll get to that one in a second, is our Micro Dagger. Compared size-wise, standard compact Dagger. See how thin that is? It's a very slim concealed carry pistol, and it's going to still have the same price point, $299 to $399, all depending on what features you want on it. But 15-round magazine in that slim of a frame. It is proprietary magazine to PSA.
So you're probably wondering, just like me, what optic cut is that slide? And it was a
Armory CC.
Okay, so if you're wondering then what optic cut that actual slide is, now you know.
Now, my favorite pistol for this year at SHOT has to be our Rock 5.7. This is named where Rock comes from. It's named after one of our owners, Ed. Everybody calls him Rock. So he gets his own gun. This is a 5.7 pistol. Magazine, 23 rounds. We're making virtually everything on this gun except for the polymer injected frame. And our price point on this is $499. With the optics cut and the threaded barrel, it's $549. You can't beat that in the market right now. And some of the features besides 23 rounds, it's got a really good ergonomic feel. We went off of the customer feedback for the Dagger, and we incorporated some of that. Obviously, it's going to feel different, but we incorporated a lot of that into the ergonomics of the grip on this gun. And it has your typical Dagger grip texture on there. The trigger is amazing on here. Shout out to the engineers. They really took their time and made a really good trigger. But at the price point of $499, you can't beat it, and $549 for the optics ready model. The Rock 5.7 has an Armory footprint. On this one we have an Helion 407K. Besides the pistols, I also wanted to highlight a few AKs that we got coming out. Start out with, this is our 5.56 AK that takes AR-15 magazines. The AR crowd and the AK crowd, they do have some common ground, not much, but some common ground. But we wanted the guys with ARs to be able to have an AK that they can put their, let's face it, everybody has about 500 magazines that they can put their AR mags in and it'll work. It got two ways to release the magazine right here, as well as the traditional AR style mag release. And that one is last round bolt hold open as well. The second one, this is our AK-105. This one is 5.45. A lot of people have been waiting for this one. This will be coming out very shortly as well. It'll take most of your standard com block 5.45 mags, but we've got a PMag in this one. And the last one is, this is a production model of our PSA Spiker clone. It's all ready to go. People waiting for that for a while. And those are a highlight of the three that probably will be out the soonest.
So, what does the soonest mean?
We probably should ask.
I'm hoping that all 3 of these will be out in the first half of 2022, but with COVID delays and whatnot, you never know. So these will be out in 2022, maybe earlier than first half, but we'll see. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate you coming to the PSA booth. If you have any questions about any of the products that you saw or the products that you didn't see, shoot me an email. It's simply Josiah, my first name, Josiah at palmettostatearmory.com.
So the thing that I like about the PSA daggers and this whole line is PSA is really marketing for a low-cost gun, and the reason that they're doing it is really getting it into the hands of folks that want a Glock but don't want to pay that price for it. So it's a $300 Glock that functions great.
And it has all the slide cuts, and there's a micro version. Now, I don't know about the 5.7. I've honestly not shot one of those, so I'm really interested to try that out to see how that kind of feels and how that new firearm actually works out. But something really exciting that we headed to next after PSA is one of our absolute favorites. We went over and saw Aero Precision.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Kirk here from Aero Precision. We're here at SHOT Show 2022 debuting some new products. We have our new short action that we're bringing to market in 2022, as well as a chassis. And lastly, we have a suppressor that's going to be coming to market this year as well. We'll kind of start with the chassis and move our way down, or the action and move our way down. The action is a 700 footprint, so it'll fit into any Remington 700 stocks, chassis, tons of aftermarket support for that in the current market. Same thing with the triggers. Has a hanger and takes Remington 700 drop-in triggers. The barrels on this, it takes Savage small shank barrels, so really easy to install for a lot of our customers, you know, kind of sticking with that builder market that we're known for in the AR world, right? So make this as easy as possible, tons of aftermarket support for it, so people can kind of build them how they want. Going to the nitty gritty of the action of it itself, it's a 3-lug design, has interchangeable bolt heads, so you can chamber it from anything from like 6mm up to some short mags, depending on what size bolt head and barrel you use. It's a 3-lug design, 60-degree throw. You get that shorter throw, and you get more even distribution of force on the bolt in the action itself when the gun is firing. Up at the top here, we have an integrated 20 MOA Picatinny rail built into the receiver. It's all one piece, super solid, not going to shift on you or anything like traditional scope bases. Going down to the chassis here, this is the center section here, kind of what houses it all. It takes AICS and AIAW magazines, has a mag release right here that is tunable. So AICS and AIAW mags, there's a lot of inconsistencies between manufacturers as far as specs on that. So this allows you to tune it for the specific magazine you're using so you get a perfect lockup every time. The grips on here, this is a grip we're doing in-house for these. It's our own design. But this does accept AR-15 grips that don't have a tang here, so if you have like a Magpul grip or something that you really like, there's a good chance it'll fit on here. We have a fixed stock adapter on here. This is for SHOT, kind of for the show, and it will be an option, but we're also planning to bring a folding stock adapter to market when this hits. The stock piece back here, it's fully adjustable for length of pull and cheek comb height. So the length of pull adjustment is doable with unlocking this cam lock here and pushing this button. This piece is spring-loaded, so you can adjust it while you're on the gun. You're not having to get off of it and mess with screws, knobs, that type of thing as you're adjusting it. So you adjust it where you want it, lock that cam lock down, that keeps it nice and solid under recoil. The cheek comb piece here, same thing, spring-loaded. Again, adjust it while you're on the gun. You don't have to come off of it in between fitments. So get on the gun, hit that button, get it to where your cheek is, and it locks in place. Going to the forehand here, we have M-lock on all 3 sides, as well as a full Arca Swiss rail here on the bottom. The optional accessories on this are going to be this night vision bridge you see here, so clip-on night vision devices will go on there. And then we have a spigot in the front here for your bipod. What this does is it allows you to get that bipod super far forward, and it doesn't compromise any of the rail space here for that Arca Swiss. So you can have a bipod and you have full utilization of that Arca Swiss rail there on the bottom. Lastly, we're going to take a look at our suppressor here. It's fully welded, 30 caliber. It's going to be available in 3 length configurations. We have our Lahar 30. This is the standard length here. We'll have a Lahar 30L, which will be the long one, and a Lahar 30K, which will be the K can, a little bit shorter, more compact. These are, again, fully welded, full auto rated, up to 300 Win Mag, no minimum barrel length requirements. We're going to have an optional QD at launch. This is our Mantle QD system. It uses a ratchet and channel locks, so comes off like that, really easy install. It's got a little lever here. You can push that when you take it off, reduce the noise, but you can just get it tight, and then when you want to take it off, unscrew it. These are going to also be available with direct thread adapters, and the threads on the back of this can are 1 3/8 by 24, so there's a ton of aftermarket QD adapters for existing QD systems that people might already be using that they can plug into the back of this can, and they don't have to change all their muzzle devices out on their rifles. Thanks to the guys at Thin Line Defense for stopping by. If you want to come get your hands on these products, come see us at SHOT Show 2022.
Did Aero Precision just thank me for coming over to see them?
Yeah, apparently. Must not be enough folks in the Florida today.
So what do you think about their actual like chassis system then?
So I'm not a big bolt gun guy, but seeing that in the Remington 700 system is something that intrigues me. But seeing it from Aero Precision, a company that I love, makes me want to get into that market.
And the biggest thing I liked is it uses the ACS mags, and you can adjust it, and that whole stock. Like, I'm with Jason, like, bolt guns have their own place, and it's not a lefty. They don't have a lefty one, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But the stock, I like how it actually, like, kind of shoots out to get in position. And then it's spring-loaded into the actual cheek piece, which I think was pretty awesome, and not something we see very often.
Yeah. So the suppressor, though, was something that stood out to me, too. Again, being big fans of Aero Precision, knowing that they're coming out with a can and being a fanboy, full disclosure, I want one.
Yeah, and it seemed pretty awesome, and I want to see what they do in terms of different mounting connections. It seemed pretty awesome so far, but I would love to see more universal connections for different silencers like Chemo or something else. They all seem to have their own proprietary connection. Well, did you see that they did have a Moab design in black?
Oh, yeah, the Marauder.
I don't know about you guys, but let's just run a good bit more footage of that Moab and not worry about anything else.
No, dude, we have videos to show.
But I really like the Moab.
Well, we'll go see it over at Tracer Tactical then.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron with Tracer Tactical. I just wanted to show you one of our products we're showing at SHOT Show. This is the Scout Rig. You'll see that it's designed for a full combat load. The design thought process behind it was I wanted to make something that could carry a full combat load, 7 magazines or more, and still be comfortable when you go into the prone. It's all one piece, so you don't have to add accessories to it if you don't want to. It comes as is in a big trough design, so you can actually customize these inserts however you want. So you can do double 5.56 in the lower pocket. You could do a triple mag in the front. The back, you can also do a triple mag insert, but we wanted to design something that was also compatible with a lot of the popular items on the market today. And so the axle zipper inserts are compatible with this rig. The side zips will work on the sides, and then the full zips will work in the back. You can also remove these and actually move them down to the lower shelf of the rig and turn this part into a pocket if you didn't want to run magazines in the front. These back pockets are big enough to carry pretty much every radio on the market. They're very, very large. You can also throw magazines in there if you wanted to, or like I said, add these zipper inserts and turn them into a functional pouch. The back of the rig also features mesh pockets, which allow you for quick access maps, compass, snacks, whatever you want. There's also Velcro inside, so if you wanted to, you could turn these back pouches into a functioning insert if you wanted any kind of retention. This one, we've got a slick panel on the front covering the Velcro. We also offer these panels in Molly if you wanted to attach a juggernaut to the front to do like a control board for your phone or something. And then obviously like the triple feed DSM pouch, it's compatible with that one. We've got, this one's the flap, will mount on the front as well. And of course our Duff can also mount on the front if you wanted to move this pouch up to here. It's also compatible with our plate bags. It's compatible with our Duffs. You can also mount GP pouches if you wanted to really, really load out this rig. You can mount a Molly GP pouch on the sides right here. So a lot of options with this rig. Like I said, it's a heavier rig designed for carrying a lot of stuff. We named it the Scout, which stands for Sustained Combat on Your Torso, torso. So the Scout rig, check it out. Works well with our shoulder straps as well, which are padded, so when you're carrying a lot of weight, you kind of need that extra cushion to make it comfortable when you're wearing it all day.
So the first thing I asked the Tracer Tactical guys after seeing that Scout chest rig is when we could build one out in Moab.
So we offer this in 1000D and 500D. You'll see very soon that we are going to be showing a Moab one-of-one version. I don't know if we'll be doing more, but definitely you'll see a Moab version of this. So Walsh also has the Low Pro rig, which he'll be doing a review of very soon. You'll see all the features of that and how it works with the kangaroo pouch and flank strap. So look for it on his channel. So thanks for your time, everyone. If you want to see more products, check out Tracer Tactical. We're on Instagram. Our link tree is in our bio, and you can go check out our shop on there.
So the guys over at Tracer Tactical are making some really cool stuff, and I got all kinds of cool stuff to show you. And not only do they make some really cool products, but they make some really badass patterns. So you're gonna really love that, and I can't wait to bring you those reviews.
Yeah.
All right, though. So where do we go to next?
Mantis for some Laser Academy.
All right, let's see what they got drummed up.
I'm Austin Allgaier from Mantis. I'm going to show you around all of our amazing products that we have that continue to evolve, as well as some new stuff. So let's start over here with Laser Academy. You guys are familiar with Laser Academy. It's the most powerful laser training software app-based system in the world. You download an app on your phone, of course, and it uses the camera to read location of hits, and hopefully not many misses, but on a special smart target. So if you zoom in here, you can see it's compatible with the Blackbeard system. You can also use it with the X10, or you can use it separately. But where you hit on target, it's recorded and scored automatically for you. There's a bunch of new drills. We put out a bunch of new stuff. Hopefully some of you Laser Academy users saw the Christmas Day Die Hard drill that we dropped. A lot of fun that we're having now, and lots of stuff planned for the future. So that's the Laser Academy system that a lot of you are familiar with, like I said. As we walk around the corner, it's been hugely popular, just launched that last year. Side number 2 of the Mantis booth. This is the X10 size. We've got a bunch of demo stations set up. A leaderboard. Let's check out the leaderboard real quick and see what's going on over here. I will say, I set high standards for my employees. So my first session of the day, this is the 10-shot average. You can see mine right here. With a reminder to my employees of their primary job responsibilities. If they want to continue working here, they got to beat that. So let's look at 3 of my employees so far still have jobs. Anyways, here at the X10 booth, you come demo it, play around with it. There's some new features and functionality that we're always adding to it. So you can come shoot it if you're at SHOT Show right now. Let's move around to the other side to see what is going on over there. Okay, so the X10, of course, gives you all the analytics and diagnostics, really technique-focused feedback that helps improve your shooting like no other. Super exciting. Obviously, it's changed the game in terms of how people dry fire. Hopefully how many of you have learned how to shoot a firearm more proficiently than you have. A lot of competitive shooters have come by today and love the system like you guys do as well. Over here is the Blackbeard systems that a lot of you are familiar with. As you know, this is the Blackbeard system that has changed what we do with ARs. I assume that anyone watching here has done dry fire practice with their AR probably 0 times in their life because it sucks. Maybe 1 time and realize how bad it sucked until you get Blackbeard, which changes the game and makes it infinitely suck less. So this is the trigger resetting system. The magazine is battery pack. It replaces your magazine. We have a single part replacement that replaces your bolt carrier group and charging handle. It's a 20-second change out. You pop the pin, pull out the bolt carrier group and charging handle, put the new one in, and you're ready to rock and roll. What this does is instantly resets the trigger. You can hear that little, and it's your actual weight break and reset of the trigger. It doesn't modify the functionality at all. So you get used to your optic, your furniture, no simulation, it's the real thing. There's no recoil, but it does the actual trigger reset. It also spits out a laser, so you can see point of impact feedback. If I shoot on that target, exactly where I hit, which is super fun. All of a sudden you can practice house clearing for a couple hours a day if you want to. I won't tell you what else you can do, but you can imagine what else you can do with Blackbeard in your house. So over here is a Blackbeard table. We have a bunch of new models that we're launching in the near future. We have one for AR-10. We have one for the PCC. We have one for the SIG MCX that you can see he's shooting over there, as well as some new models that are in the works that we'll announce sometime in the future. These should all be available sometime second quarter or third quarter this year, so stay tuned. If we walk down to the very far end, okay, so this is Blackbeard X. Brand new, we're not quite launching it yet. It'll launch probably similar time frame to the others. What this does, you'll notice it's a little different magazine than the standard Blackbeard because it has a blinky light on it. Now what that blinky light means is that Mantis X is integrated into the magazine. So all the analytics and diagnostics you get with the Mantis X10 system is now integrated into the magazine of Blackbeard, so you don't have two separate products for all your rifle training. What that allows us to do is a ton of high-speed, multi-target engagements that we couldn't previously get really good, solid, concrete analytical data on. The Blackbeard X now enables us to do. I will also mention that all the models for AR-10, PCC, MCX will have the optional Mantis X functionality built into it. Let me show you a little bit of one of the drills we can do with the Blackbeard X that really unlocks new capability for rifle training. So come on in. This is a sample of one of the drills of a multi-target engagement, and what it's doing is analyzing your efficiency in transitions. Before, it was just a shot timer, right? This shows you your full movement pattern, how much time you hesitated on target, how quickly you got off target, and quantifies how much faster you could have gone given your proficiency level. In this particular shooter's instance, they had 43% of their time was wasted. So all of a sudden you have an instant confidence boost to know I could shoot 43% faster and still have the same level of accuracy. So it's, again, insight and data that you can't get any other way other than the Blackbeard X system. So we're super excited to bring that as well as a bunch of other drills. One other thing that we're launching at some undetermined point in the future, but you guys want to stay tuned for and watch on this channel and other places, in this dark secret room, it's not really that secret, but if you're a SHOT Show, you can come check it out. We have a whole additional dimension of training with a projected simulation. So talk about an environment at your house where you can use all of our products, but with very dynamic scenarios. I want to call it video game-like, but I don't want to call it video game-like because it's not a video game, because you can use your actual weapon with it. But this is a lot of new stuff coming out this year for Mantis. Stay tuned. Visit us at mantisx.com. Stay tuned to this channel, and hope you guys train on.
So as someone that has a Blackbeard, I've never messed with the Mantis X10.
Yeah, it's really awesome, actually.
So seeing that integrated is really exciting for me to see how well can I run my rifle.
And not only that, but then you're going to get all the feedback. So usually I run the Blackbeard and then I run an X10 on the front. You have to have two different systems kind of running that don't really talk to each other. So I'm with you, because then you have the reciprocating trigger using your own trigger system.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then you actually have all the measurements, and it's actually measuring everything you're doing wrong and correcting you right then and there on the spot. So.
But the thing that I thought was really cool is how he was saying how it shows you, like, you can be, 42% faster and still hit your target.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And I definitely want to test out that whole, video system what you can train with. I kind of want to see what the limitations of it are, and if it's as cool. And I kind of love the whole idea, like when you just set up targets in your own house and clear your own home, because then you're working around your own structures and you become kind of a master of that space.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. So the next people we went and saw, actually, I don't want to steal the thunder from Jason. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Blue Force Gear.
Hey, I'm Brad Gilpin from Blue Force Gear here at SHOT Show 2022. Super excited to talk to y'all about a couple of new items we're showing. Not all of them, but a select few that I think will really be of interest to your viewer group here. And we're just going to jump right in. Talked to these guys earlier. I'm not a fan of chest rigs. They're not a fan of chest rigs. We're going to change your mind. We're doing something brand new this year, and the Rack Minus, and I will tell you right off the bat, it's a front opener, and that makes all the difference in the world. Anybody that's worn a chest rig, anybody that's tried to get into a chest rig, put it on, get those straps over your head, over your helmet or whatever, it's a nightmare. This thing unzips, and you put it on like a jacket. Goes right on the front, you zip it up. It's going to be in a 5.56 and a 7.62 version. These are add-on pouches you see right here on the front. It's totally slick, so you can go just mags. You can add the admin pouches. You can run additional mag pouches on it. You can do what you want. Storage in the back as well. I have had a prototype now for a year. I've worn it consistently for hunting and training courses, and it has changed my feelings on chest rigs, frankly. Very, very, very good product. The other item that has been asked about a lot is the grid belt. So those that are familiar with the chalk belt, our Combat Helo load kit belt, it's been extremely popular with people who want to wear the belt and operate in a helicopter environment. It is load rated and has tie-in points. And then we got a lot of requests from law enforcement, tactical units, people who don't need the load rating And frankly, the tie-in points on the chalk belt take away from belt space. So we're now offering the grid belt, which is a combination inner and outer belt. And what is unique about the chalk and the grid belts are anyone who's worn a leather dress belt for any amount of time, you know when you take it off, that the belt has a set to it, it gets a curve to it, but then we go and we buy all our belts and they're straight. Our bodies are not a barrel, they don't work straight. So if you can get that in screen there, you'll see that this belt comes already curved. Far and away, over 20 years of wearing belts every day, and I can tell you that this one is the most comfortable belt by a factor of 10. Velcros to the inner belt, and this is our proprietary buckle, but for those who need a little bit more security, it swaps out and you can add a mini Cobra buckle. That will be an upgrade. It'll come with this one, but 2 screws, change of buckle, and you go right to a mini Cobra buckle set. To accompany the chalk and grid belts, we have something that looks small, but super cool and very useful. So people are familiar with the standard slip over holster hangers that everybody's using. That's great, they will work on our belts, but when you slip that over, those 2 big pieces of plastic on the standard holster hanger go on the back and they keep your belt from adhering well to the inner belt. And anyone that's worn one for any amount of time knows you can reach down and grab the bottom of your holster and you can move away from that Velcro. Our new holster hanger bolts to the belt, so it allows you unrestricted access to get all that Velcro to attach to the inner belt. And here's the real kicker. If you can get in here and see that tiny little curve, that little radius, we did a ton of R&D, ton of time spent changing this, and what we learned, a straight one, everybody here's gone to quickly access the weapon and you miss that release just a little bit and you start to pull up and the whole holster, the hanger, everything turns into your body. This little angle here, when you go to pull up, everything comes straight up. It won't turn into your body. So you have to use it to see it, but absolutely incredible. And then the last thing we've got is our new medical suite. So we're now down to 6 kits. We have the 2 classic legacy medical kits from Blue Force Gear. The Micro Trauma Kit Now and the Trauma Kit Now Medium. These have been around now for years, sold tens of thousands of them, people love them, but coming on as the medical programs director, I said, this is great, but I want a smaller one and a bigger one. This one's great, but I want a smaller and a bigger one. So we're now to 6 kits. We have the Micro Trauma Kit Now Nano, which is a straight bleeding control, hemostatic agent, pressure dressing gloves. The Legacy Micro Trauma Kit Now, but this has a full IFAC set, but it uses a proprietary pressure dressing and a proprietary miniaturized chest seal. And a lot of units, people, they already have their own medical equipment. They say, hey, I want one that'll hold a full-size component. So we built the Micro Trauma Kit Now Plus. And this is the same design, that ambidextrous vertical design, horizontal design, but it contains a 6-inch pressure dressing and a full-size chest seal. Then we have the Trauma Kit Now Small. So this is a vertical kit, and the medium and the large. And just like say, they each hold more equipment. The key to all of my designs, all the medical kits, is no zippers, no side release buckles, any of that. If you're reaching around your back in an emergency situation and trying to locate a zipper pull or locate a side release buckle to get the kit off your belt, that's a recipe for failure. All ours are simple grab and pull, and your shingle comes out. Again, when this comes out, you don't want medical kit going all over the ground. Everything's contained, and then you can access all your equipment. So please go to blueforcegear.com and check out all our products, and thanks for having us.
So 2 interesting things I want to talk about. Number 1, the chest rig. We're seeing so many people bring in forth chest rigs, and they're actually really working well. Like the Tracer tactical one we had is really awesome that we're going to show you. And then hopefully we can show you this one from Blue Force Gear that makes it that split, you know, that zipper down the center. It looks really good too. The biggest thing I'm excited about though is that actual grid belt. Like I love how they removed all those helicopter connections. So now you have more space for all your pouches and all your whatnots, but then it's still actually form-fitting. Like to this day, I think that CHLK, which is then going to transfer over to the grid, is one of the most comfortable belts I've ever worn. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it on the channel and showing it off to all of you.
Yeah, the other thing though that really stood out to me is the medical side of things. There was a couple pouches that I wasn't too fond of, but some of the bigger pouches were pretty awesome. When I started playing with them after you had talked to Brad, I was kind of blown away with how they functioned.
And I really got to think about some other ways we can use them, but I think it's just because we're not used to seeing those sizes. But the Nano could be something simple that you could just throw in a cargo pocket and you don't have this huge thing, but you have all the basics and essentials you may need.
Yeah, like a great EDC IFAC.
Absolutely. So thanks everybody. This was our 2nd day of SHOT Show. So again, leave some comments down below. You guys keep putting comments down there, people that aren't even here. So look and see who's actually at SHOT Show so we can go see them. And then we'll go visit them. Again, we got Thursday and Friday still that we can go visit people. So let us know where you want us to go. Big thanks from both me and Jason. We're having a good old time out here. And it's absolutely crazy.
Not Jason.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Take care. So the next people we saw is actually really amazing. I don't want to steal this from me. Go ahead, you can tell. You can tell.
I forgot.